Welcome to another News Game Plus. I'm Dermie as usual, and also as usual, I'm here with New Game Plus executive producer Jason O'Callaghan. I always say that just for Cringy's benefit.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Well, no. I mean,
big hello,
yeah,
Cringy.
I'm podcast co-host.
Special guest star. I'll go special guest Heather Lockley. Heather Lockley. Remember Beverly Hills 90210? You old enough for that?
Yeah, I'm old.
Special guest star for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So that's just. I'll go with special guest star Jason O'Callaghan.
Heather Lockley though, damn.
Here we go. Did you see the picture I sent you earlier? That wake you up?
Think of all the turtles we killed for that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that was worth it. So I'm not going to clarify what the picture I sent him was. By the way,
I don't know did I say this to you last week? I had a conversation. It was someone on Reddit was talking about they saw because Nancy Mace is thirst trapping now. I'm sure you've seen.
Nancy Mace? Nah.
The senator. Anyway.
I'll Google it later.
And he turns around. Nah, she's not that great. And
okay, what then?
And so he turns around and he goes, it annoys me how attractive I find her. I said, brother, like...
Oh, chick with tattoos. Yeah, she had tattoos.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Bit of a horse's face, Harry, but we shouldn't judge. I mean... Only reason you can get away with it is because she's such a scumbag and she's doing it illegally.
Let's just say, didn't we have a conversation last week about how some women need to actually have a cheeseburger and actually eat? Sorry, that's just my view there. I'm not into skeletons.
But yeah, no, I was saying like we were talking about how I feel about Bob, and I'm like, brother, she's just got that smug, unearned sense of like worth, and I'm just like, and you know, but you also know that you'll get a hand job in the theater.
Yeah. Anyway, so the picture I sent him was a picture of Lauren Boebert in underwear.
You know who the other girl was, yeah?
Yeah. But I wasn't going to clarify too much because otherwise I seem like a Sydney Swans player.
I mean, there's a conversation we had there. I'm sure this is one of those funny things. You've always got inside goss because you know people in the biz. So we can't say this on the.
I don't know if I do on this one because there's so many stories. But I can tell you what. I can tell you it's probably, I reckon, the biggest cultural change, and you're going to see this with the Sydney Swan stuff that's happened. The biggest cultural change in like 150 years in AFL is going to be the Women's League. And the reason being that there's a story I saw that does Sydney have an AFLW team? I'm pretty sure they do. But
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, what I've heard is their women's AFL team in Sydney are a big driver behind the reason why the males were punished for their behaviour.
Yes.
Now, in the past, they used to boast, like John Elliott used to boast at Carlton, they used to just pay women off, right? There's an amount they'll accept. You just have to find that amount, just keep raising it until they do go.
Or you go full Stephen Milne, right?
Or the media.
The apparatuses and the media that helps Stephen Milne.
Or the media will help you. But yeah, so in this case, apparently the women's players have basically put their foot down and said that's not acceptable. And I think that's probably one of the best cultural changes that can happen to any sport, and a good reason why there should be women's comps in these because it evens things out.
I've always said this is a hard conversation. It's like, I think women's sports should actually, of all the sports, I think works really well. Women's cricket, I can watch women's cricket, and I'd still have fun with it in the same way that I would watching men's.
I suspect you could probably play mixed cricket.
Oh, I mean, that said, get like a Shoaib Akhtar or a Brett Lee bowling speed at him.
It is women's I know physical capabilities, but I mean that come down to reaction time. So if you've got somebody bowling at you 150 k an hour, is there? I don't know the answer to this. Is there a reason why a female batsman would not be able to react quick enough? Because I assume they can. In which case,
well, okay. Obviously, you're talking with the elite, right? So you are talking the top tier of any country. So they would their senses in that kind of sense would usually be better than your average Joe. But if you're looking at populations, right, women's spatial awareness is lower, but their ability to differentiate colors and definition is higher. And there's the whole Evo psych thing of like, but that's because they're used to spotting at the things that are men are used to reacting to motion quicker. Men will see motion quicker and spatial awareness.
I'd be interested to know that because
I feel like it's an interesting.
If the reaction times are similar, then I can't see why it wouldn't. Cricket would be to me a mixable sport. The only thing you probably wouldn't get is that you probably and this people might think this sexist, but there's probably not many women in the world that can bowl 150 k an hour.
That's the other part.
You wouldn't have any female fast bowlers, but spin bowling doesn't require that. That's much. So
no.
It's probably a mixable sport.
But I think irrespective of the because comparing the physical capabilities is insane. You can't do it. But like, I mean, there's some sports you can. Like I say, shooting, archery, things like that. I think there's a comparison, but I think there's a lot of sports where it's not. But I think it's good that it exists so that girls can be X as well. Like, they want to play footy. Well, there's a pathway to play at least some kind of
and I think
ongoing.
I think it's great with footy that finally the tall athletic girls can be noticed in this world.
Yeah.
No, but it is
all the ducks are just. Yes,
I do think it's good. Although I would say the women's NBA in America, they really seriously need to have a good hard look at themselves, because the way they're letting their league turn into for the marketing and the promotion, it is so childish, and it is absolutely every worst aspect of what people stereotype about women is coming out in the women's NBA.
It's crazy.
And I suspect that's on purpose that they're allowing it, because they think that's how they're going to appeal to the Kardashian watching audience.
Yeah.
And I wish they'd stop it, because they've got some genuinely good players, and Caitlin Clark being the number one, who is a legit good basketballer, and would be like the Jordan of their league.
If they kind of let her, I mean, like the amount of stuff they let people do to her, it's crazy.
Yeah, because
imagine and this is that thing. This is that. Let's say you're playing. Let's say you had a footy match, and you've got who's the best player at the moment, like Harley Reid or someone like that, or
in AFL. Yeah. Oh, not Isaac Heaney or Chad Warner.
Depends what they're playing, I guess.
What would be? Who'd be the best player in the AFL right now?
Oh, just think of like a top 10.
Oh, well, Nick Dacos.
Okay, Nick Dacos
would probably.
So imagine.
I hate saying it. He's a Collingwood player, but he's genuinely good.
Imagine Nick Dacos and the back line were just roughing him up, giving him. There is no way someone doesn't come along and fucking coat hanger.
Well, see, that used to happen in AFL. Every team used to have a hitman.
Well, it's the enforcers. It's the same in hockey. You have an enforcer. It's like, if you keep picking on our star player, I'm going to come over and I'm going to punch you in the face, and just not even hide it. I'm just going to openly punch you in the face.
Yeah, you want to see what real violence is? Get ready.
I will show exactly. Yeah. And as awful as that sounds, that is an element of it, and it just manifests in nasty way. I remember. One of my exes, when she blew her knee out, she used to play basketball, and it was exactly that. It was an older lady playing basketball. Couldn't keep up with her. She was more spry. She was more athletic. And so as she came down, she just twisted her, put the foot in between her, and made it so that she popped her knee. And she did it deliberately. Like, you could see it from a mile off that she did it deliberately. And it just manifested as nasty. And that's why I hate fucking Chris Judd. Like, because
here we go. We're going to upset the Western Australian audience and the Carlton audience.
He was always that. He was always a sneaky little prick. He just didn't have the balls.
There's some that do that, and they're media darlings. But Adam Goods was one as well. But everyone goes, everyone booed him because he's...
Matty Lloyd was a big sniper on the field.
Adam Goods, Matthew Lloyd. Anyway, I'd say back to the WNBA, because otherwise we'll get in trouble with the footy stuff. We can talk about WNBA a bit safer in Melbourne. If I was the coach of the team Caitlin Clark's on, and everyone talks about Sophie Cunningham, and I get why everyone's in love with her at the moment.
She's also Marga. She just came out.
I get
they won't be in love with her anymore.
But they do kind of like they're trying to dress her up as an enforcer, but it's not really the case. If I was the coach of Caitlin Clark's team, I would go right now and I would find some chick who can play basketball and box. But she can box better than basketball.
Yeah.
And I would say, I'm recruiting. You're going to get paid like whatever top rate is.
Pay you your $2 million salary.
You're playing 3 games a year.
The first time someone does that to her, you break their jaw.
Yeah, simple as that.
And in the little bitty pieces.
And the women's sport's going to find that kind of weird, because the way they're doing things is very... But this is how a male sport does it, right? Yeah. And this is how it's happened forever. And I would say you're going to play like 3 games a year. And I don't care, right? Yeah. You're there to make sure that we send a message, and our best player, and this is what AFL clubs always used to do, our best player is protected by you. Yeah. You're only here if you can punch real hard.
That was always like, and this goes back to those days. You look at the great full forwards of the era. All of them could either take a bump or they could give it.
Or Lockett. Lockett's a good example.
Lockett a punch in the mouth. Barry Hall. Imagine trying to take on Barry. I've met him. Nicest bloke, but no chance. I wouldn't even risk it.
Yeah, but if you're that tough, you don't have to be.
No, of course not. Yeah, of course not. And that's
if you're legit tough, you don't have to be an arsehole.
Yeah. You don't need to do it. But yeah,
you meet Islanders, they're the happiest people in the world, the Fijians and that, because they basically break your bones with their bare hands.
Yeah, and so
happy as hell.
But I think that like you said, I think it's a good cultural shift. I think women's league should exist for the sake of just having the girls have somewhere they can go. You know what I mean? They've got somewhere that they can look towards.
That's going to sound bad, but I know what you mean. I know in workplaces, having contracted to workplaces over the last 25, 30 years or so, if I go into a workplace that is predominantly male management, it'll be sexist as hell. Whether they realize it or not, it is. And I never noticed it when I was young. I noticed it more as I get older. If I go into one where there's a couple of women in management roles, senior roles, but still most of men, it'll be a little like low key playful sexism. I mean, playful, I don't mean like that, but I mean just
yeah.
If you go into a place,
it'll be more prone to banter.
But if you go into a place that's 50-50 genuine female-male management, you'll find that it is a very well-disciplined workplace, and that's and a lot of workplaces don't even realize they're like that, because it's just how it's been forever. It does change the culture, and this is where the women's sporting teams are going to, over time, I think, change the culture for the better.
It will be interesting to see when the story comes out, because I will agree the reporting's been awful, and I like, as much as they're going in on Pavlich and stuff, there's no lawyer in the world is going to let him apologize.
Poor Pav, though. He left Freo to go to Sydney to
no,
not as a player, but as a manager.
No lawyer or board is going to let you apologize. They just
because legal reasons. The lawyers would have said, "This is the words you say," because everything comes out of someone like Matthew Pavlich's mouth. In this case, representing the Sydney Swans, has been lawyered. So he can't say he can't say what people want him to say, and probably there's a chance Pav doesn't seem like a bad guy. Probably he wants to say certain things, but the lawyers say
the frustration with, and it's not even a stop asking me. It's a I know why you're pushing it, and you're pushing it because I can't say anything, and it is a reflection on the wider culture more than it is, I think, on the individual in this situation, because there's no way the lawyers are going to let you apologize, because you apologize and there's some ambulance chaser rubbing their hands. You know
Hey, anyway, so we've talked footy. Technically, footy's a game.
So toxic masculine, 10 minutes done. So let's.
Oh, look, I don't mind that, because I mean there needs to be non-manosphere voices about these things, and I think we can do that.
Yeah, I've said that's the biggest fault of the left, is we ceded that space, and like I don't really care what people on the internet who've never had a real relationship dictate about human relationships. It doesn't work that way, at least in the.
Well, I'm married, so yeah, I'm off as well on that, so I don't count. But long way off relationship.
But like I think it'll be interesting to see what comes out from the end of it, because
I think the real story is going to be pretty wild. There's a lot come out. You can join some dots on it, but I think
I think it's one of those where it's going to be like. Sometimes you hear
I think some players are going to leave the club.
Well, it's like Matty Johns, right? Like when all that stuff hit, and it was just different, because it came out pretty quickly what happened, and everyone was like, "Oh, look." Whatever.
Yeah, but the Sydney media, they close ranks like a bunch of sexist pricks.
Absolutely. I mean,
they're worse than anybody.
Yeah. I mean, I won't even go into the video game space either.
I'd like to ask Facebook why suddenly I'm getting Isaac Heaney shorts. I pushed into my feet constantly at the moment about how cute he is and how nice he is with the kids.
And he's got his kids' books out.
It's like we're really pushing hard to. Anyway, hey, let's do games. It's footy's a game, but there you go. That's our manosphere.
AFL 26.
There you go. You got almost 13 minutes of manosphere talk there. But,
AFL 26 R rated.
Anyway, so we have to go to the big one. All right, I've got a page for this. You've seen the heading, the GTA6 leak. So let's. Leaked, it's ongoing. I think there's a little bit to unpack here. Okay, so basically, the leak's legit because at one point in the game, he actually used the gun to spell leak, L-E-E-K, on a wall with bullets, which basically
he has a build. He has a
version of the game that he's running. So we're not talking like videos he stole or anything or fakes. This is legit. Now, since the 18th of August. A hacker called CyberLeak, or hackers, I don't know who it was, has been posting gameplay of GTA 6 to X and Discord. He's shown the map plus the 5 counties. The map's massive. The drawing distance is massive. So graphically they've done okay. I'll have a comment about graphics in a moment. He's shown the stamina system. There's an honor/karma meter. So that's with little emoji.
That's Red Dead Redemption.
Yep. So it does appear like they've copied a lot from Red Dead Redemption. Looks like they might have done this on Red Dead Redemption build. Anyway, so there's a 6-star wanted level,
which that wasn't in the last one. So you couldn't get the army in GTA 5, if that makes sense. So 6 stars is the army. It's like the first 2 stars is cops. I think third star is when the FBI starts showing up.
Okay.
And then just third one is when the helicopter shows up. Then it's 4th and 5th is FBI and increasing FBI, and then 6 is army.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be fun. There's vehicle damage, obviously, and fuel. So you can drive around, you run out of fuel.
That, yep. And engine light too. So you can blow up the engine. Yeah.
Like a hunger bar in Minecraft, finally. So go run into some cows, chuck them in your car. Then there's swimming. So it's not based on Red Dead Redemption. You can swim. So
I can swim too, can't you?
Oh, can you? Okay.
I wonder.
I do remember drowning a bit.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just run across here. I'm saying now it's clearly a playable working build. Now the leaker has claimed that they're doing consumer activision. Now this is actually I'll come back to this because there's again a little bit unpack here. Let's quickly go through have you seen the leaks?
Yeah, I've watched all of them.
Shouldn't say that.
Oh, I haven't watched the plane one. He did one in the plane to go over the map. The map is huge.
The map is huge. Okay. Things you do notice when they're flying around. Most of the leaks are flying, rollerblading, walking, and that. So we've seen so far, or driving a car, or punching people, right? So now the map is huge. The drawing distance is big. It's a bit like one of those Minecraft mods with extra drawing distance. The graphics look really good, although I'd say, and this might be controversial, they look exactly how I would expect them to look.
Yeah,
which
isn't a problem.
It's not a problem, but they look exactly what I expect. They don't look like when you first saw GTA 5. That was like, oh, this looks incredible. But this looks exactly how I'd expect based on what seeing games.
But I think
recent games.
Yeah, I think part of that is the fact that the technological gaps aren't as big as they used to be.
No, I think we talked about that last week.
The jump from 8-bit to 16-bit was huge. It's 1632, 3264.
Yeah, the biggest jump around 2000, 2010 was where you saw the massive leaps.
Yeah,
they weren't possible before, and that's where gaming, I still reckon, kind of peaked in a way because developers could finally deliver their
it's all
vision.
stagnant now. It's all pretty stagnant.
Yeah, so it looks good. It's not going to disappoint anybody. I think anybody gets excited about, it's going to be a bit like people got excited about Final Fantasy VII. It's like the first one they played, so it's the best. So, no, I think the graphics, it'd be fair to say, nobody's going to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's going to be disappointed by the world size and what they can do. There's a lot there. So that's a quick in. You got any interpretation?
No. I mean, the interesting thing is obviously the cyber leaks. His whole thing. Have you seen like?
I'll get to the consumer Activision and the meme coin. But I just wanted to cover off what people can expect.
It just looks like what I expect. I mean, in 7 more days, Netflix has that thing going up, so that'll be interesting.
It's going to be more of that. Now, this could be an older build. It might see new. Although I suspect not a lot would have changed. There wouldn't be.
No, I feel like
6
months. I feel like it's been not quite gold for the last however long, but it's just been bug fixes and
if you're doing graphical improvements that late and not fixing bugs,
you got issues. Yeah.
So okay, so it looks good. I honestly at this point don't think any casual player will be disappointed. It'll only come down to people who are disappointed. It'll only come down to story. And then you'll get the woke versus non-woke bullshit. So we'll see how that goes.
I mean, this is the thing. I think it's only coming out single. I mean, they haven't confirmed it, but I think it's only single player coming out. I wouldn't be surprised if it's single player coming out this, and then they'll do like a deluxe edition with online. Online will come later, and then they'll do like a separate online version, which they do currently. So.
Yeah. Well, look, the single player, they've already made $1 billion or more profit on pre-orders. That's probably climbing still, but slowly. Okay, now let's get into why the reasons the leaker has given, and this is kind of interesting because now I must say, first up, Stop Killing Games, that movement, have distances themselves and they do seem to be genuinely annoyed that they're being caught up in this a little bit. Yeah. Now there's the consumer Activision side, so the leaker, CyberLeak, claims that they have 3 demands. I don't know what happens if they do demands at this point, but 3 demands. They want to end digital pre-orders. Yeah. They want to, and they want it to be sold on disc. The other demand is they stop selling DLC that is already in the game code. Now that's been a common one. Yeah. Unlockables that are already on the disc.
That's been around since PS3
era. And I get why people are annoyed by that because that is just being left off on purpose. And they are also demanding, this is where Stop Killing Games got annoyed, they're also demanding that that there is a final online patch for single player when the servers go online. Now, I don't see how that can be done because we're at the very start here. I don't think it's going offline for a while. I don't even think it could concord itself at this point. No. It's not. Even if it launches,
there is enough momentum here. They will make their money back.
Yeah, so that's the other demand. Attached to that as well, the CyberLeak has a CyberLeak, all capital letters, a dollar sign in front, meme coin. Token holders, people who have that meme coin, can vote for which clip to reduce to drop next?
The last plane clip won with a total amount of meme coin of $57 is how much he raised with that last one.
Yeah, so that's been a bit of a controversy. They've tried to monetize it. That puts them in when they're caught. That puts them into a very different
world,
legal
very much
point because they're monetized it, and that's going to make their punishment worse.
Yeah.
There's also been people.
I think at that point, if you get caught, you just keep yourself safe, right? Like, yeah.
Well, the last one that got caught, didn't they get them locked up in a mental institution? Yeah. Like that's like just cruel punishment.
Yeah, that's some one flew over the cuckoo's nest shit.
Yeah, that seems like they just wanted to hurt them.
Yeah, and they did. They wanted to prove a point. They wanted to. Again, all of this.
They obviously didn't.
Yeah. Well, I mean that is that thing. I think there is still the pulse is weak, but there is still that undercurrent of original internet mindsets, and I think it's still like VLC still free, all that kind of thing. So there's still those kind of people there, but I think it's going to be harder and harder to become that without becoming a commercial product going forward.
I think
I think the internet will split itself very soon in the sense that it won't go full Tor, but there will be two levels of internet.
I don't see a Julian Assange popping up anytime ever again, which is a pity, unless it does go full cyberpunk.
You have to go back to the old days. You have to go back to like physical drops and stuff, knowing you're going to die.
Like was it Clifford Stoll wrote the book The Cuckoo's Egg or Cuckoo's Nest, and some of the people involved in what he uncovered there were had tires wrapped around him and satellite. Very South African, but that was in Eastern Europe. So anyway, so that's where it's at now with the GTA6 leaks. They're easy to find. Now let's look at the ramifications because do you think Rockstar is genuinely upset?
I think they'd be more annoyed that their processes don't work than they would be that this exists. Do you know what I mean?
It is extra hype.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, yeah, exactly.
And nothing shown so far is going to stop people buying the game.
Nope. No, and I think like I said, I agree. I think they're more annoyed that whatever processes they had in place have failed. That would be the issue of that. There'll be more meetings about that than there will be damage control of what content was released.
Yeah, so they're going to check all their internal. Now I'll get to that.
They'll know now which build it is. They'll have a pretty good idea of which build it is based on certain things. I mean, we had the shading on.
And then you can work out which contractors were on board at that point in time. But right now it's working as solid hype for the game.
Absolutely.
They're DMCAing the videos, but I've got to say there's still a lot floating around. Yeah. It is not hard to find these leaks. If you go onto especially Twitter, the leaks are everywhere.
Where there's a will, there's a way, and this is one of those where there's definitely a will.
Are they desperate to stop it? That's my question. Right now, if you're a Rockstar and everybody's looking at it and basically there's nothing there that is a red flag that's saying, holy crap, this is going to be a disaster. Everything right now looks like solid sales footage for this game. The reveal that, the map is massive and the drawing distance is very long. That's not hurting.
Damn.
I know. My dick's too big.
my draw distance, my steak too buttery. My draw distance too long. Yeah.
So there's nothing there that's going to hurt him. Even reveals of things like they probably would have preferred to show like the 6-star wanted level and the stamina system and that later. But in saying that, there's nothing being released that's going to hurt them. So yeah, they'll probably go after Leaker for purposes.
And this is less dangerous to them than when a lot of the people do these like, I've got to report this insider told me XYZ. When they get stuff wrong, and because Rockstar can't correct that record, whereas it's very much like, well, okay, this is showing something we didn't want people to see early, but
also the leaker hasn't leaked the game. No. They've only leaked them playing it. Now, if they leak the game, that's a disaster, right? You'll find 100 million people will cancel their pre-order and they'll just start playing it now, right? But so there's
that would be the thing they could worry about. But I don't think this guy's. I mean, that point, it's the international manhunt, right? Like, that point, you are like, I mean, I think that would be, maybe that's the other thing they would be worried about, but I don't think they're worried about this footage that's being released being a problem for
they'll
them.
Be worried because they'll have taken offense that somebody did it, but it is solid marketing right now.
And if you really want to disrupt the Western economy at the moment, considering how bleak everything is and morale so low, if you're a Chinese millionaire, if you're in the Chinese government, you turn around and say, $50 million in an apartment in Chengdu, and you know what I mean, like, and but you just give us the code. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, we'll just crash the entire game industry.
that's what I mean. Like, that's exactly what I'm saying. So it's like, it just becomes that thing of like, if you were an enemy of the West in that sense.
Aaron has Strauss Zelnick's dressed like Batman. Like,
have you seen the US Army is giving like a week of leave to play GTA if you sign up for?
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, post. I mean,
is that because they're facing a mutiny on at least one aircraft carrier, and they're actually like they are not in a good state? I mean, yeah, if you can't even keep your pride and joy army going,
yeah,
like, what are you doing? Although I think the army's finally, the US military's finding out what the people in charge really think of it.
Re-enlisting officers 4-day pass to play Grand Theft Auto 7. Grand Theft Auto 6.
6, oh, 7.
The incentive is open to a Georgia battalion who will re-up for 2 to 6 years. Yeah, so basically, if you re-sign up because they can't get new soldiers, as well,
yeah, they should be sending it to that aircraft carrier right now, saying, "Hey, guys."
Yeah, basically, as long as you come back, you re-enlist, and then I mean, why would you re-enlist at the moment? You know you're going to go to Iran. Like, you just know you're in Iran or Taiwan, most likely.
Did you see the pictures of that plane that had dust scribbles in the dust? Yeah, okay. I won't repeat what was there, but they got a problem.
Yeah,
they have a serious problem right now. Anyway, so what were we talking about? So yeah, so I think they'll be happy. I think who makes it again? GTA6. I can't.
Rockstar.
Rockstar. Yeah. So I was going to say Take Two. Is that the same? Anyway.
Take Two owns Rockstar.
I think Rockstar. Well, they look. They'll be happy because the hype is off the charts, and you've never seen hype like this before. Actually, this is almost the only time I remember hype this big in a nerdy area was Empire Strikes Back in like 1982.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So this is the biggest.
It's a cultural phenomenon.
Yeah, I don't think there's been bigger video game hype ever. I can't think of one where a video game release has been this hype. Maybe Modern Warfare 2, but that was still internal, like in the gaming sphere.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It's actually a really good question. I wonder what would cut through. Right? I mean, Nintendo stuff doesn't really count because it's not that same level of, not that same kind of arty cultural phenomenon.
No, every other game company right now would be just sitting back, just waiting for this to finish.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I think on the subject leak, I think what this does show though, there was some. This has clearly come from an insider.
Yeah.
Right? This is not a hacker. They did claim they can hack other companies. This is an insider. And I've often said a lot of data leaks are basically...
humans are the weakest point.
It's normally Indian companies outsource. And there's nothing against Indian companies outsource too, but you outsource stuff to Indian companies, somebody there will make a few extra dollars selling. Or Eastern European...
It's a third world thing, right?
Yeah. And so, to me, the message they should get, and they won't, but to me, the message that Rockstar and other devs should get is, when you're doing this mad outsourcing for the cheapest rate possible, you are opening a lot of opportunities for your stuff to get copied and leaked. Now, you don't have to have a loyalty test for employees. You just have to treat them nice, and that's something that Rockstar hasn't done. Yeah. So if Rockstar could have gone back, there's been a lot of fuss about how they've treated their employees over the last 12 months or so. They probably could have avoided some of this if they just were decent people to the employee, their staff.
Although I wonder if it is such a big cultural phenomenon that there still would have been this. There's still an incentive to do this, to be the like ahead of the cultural zeitgeist.
You'll reduce it. You'll reduce it if you don't treat. If you treat people like shit,
it's a less of a factor for sure. I understand that.
Yeah. So the message to companies: just treat people nice. There's less chance this will happen if you're really worried about it. Although in saying that, look, they're gonna go after the person, but I don't think they're really worried.
No, I like I said, I don't like. I think they'll. If anything, I reckon they might have even hit him already and gone, "Hey, once the Netflix thing drops, you drop it and we'll drop it, but if you release this code, that's when it will come for you and your family."
Yeah.
You know
and the message to everyone who pre-ordered, you probably didn't make a mistake so far.
No.
Got to say,
GTA6 doesn't need the hype. This is why they haven't bothered. They don't care. They don't need you. Rockstar doesn't send you review code. I'll put it to you like that.
Yeah, but they're making sure that nobody buys any other games until then.
I mean, everyone I know in the games industry is like just shitting themselves. They're like, oh my fucking god, like we can't release anything at the moment. So,
this is like the Reapers coming in Mass Effect. You know it's coming. You can't stop it. So anyway, cool. Anything else you want to say about GTA?
No, I think that's a good discussion on it. It gives people an idea of what it is. The leaks are out there, so be careful if you are sensitive to it. Although they haven't shown any story stuff. He's smart enough to not do story stuff. I think if he started doing story stuff, that's when there might have been a problem. But he's basically just running around putting up 30-second clips of him doing dumb shit.
I'll put in a 10% chance that it's a
psyop.
It's a psyop. Yeah, I'll maybe 10-20% because they haven't shown anything damaging. It's been a bit of a drip feed of announcements in a way. So I'm going to go with that.
And to be fair, Cyberleak is the kind of meme they would make about
come out of a boardroom.
Yeah, no, it's a kind of joke they would make about corporate culture, you know, because keeping in mind that the Rockstar team that works on GTA is an England-based team. Like the lead team on GTA is English.
Yeah, I would just say there's a small chance.
I think Scottish. Maybe I shouldn't say English.
Yeah, I'd just say there's a small chance that it is that this is all organised and all being played. So let's just put that down there.
Yeah, but
not 100% chance, but like 10-20%.
Yeah. I mean, but this it's Pineapple Express, right?
And it fits with the mood of the game, the tone of it. So let's just put that on the table. Could be.
Imagine if it turned out that it was all just you would give them props. That is very fun. If they didn't, if this is an ARG or whatever.
I'll be honest, I would recommend it to a company if they want to do a promotion.
Absolutely, yeah.
Cool. All right. If that's it, let's move on to Xbox getting trophies.
Yes, which is annoying, but yeah. Cool.
I'll tell you why I don't like it. But anyway, we'll go. Xbox, so Asher said that they're getting effectively the same thing as PlayStation's Platinum trophies.
Yeah.
So not trophies. Basically, if you do all the achievements in the game, you get a trophy for doing every achievement in the game.
Which you already do. You get 1,000. Everyone knows. You've 1,000.
The gamer score is sort of dying. It used to be that was a really good judge, and you have 1,000. Then suddenly it added 1,250. They added 1,000 at 1,250 because they added a bunch, and they're going.
So you put DLC, and you got to add 200 points to the DLC.
Okay, my pet hate. I can't remember the game anymore, but there's a game I was enjoying playing at the time, and I really wanted 1,000 it because I had 1,000. I'd done 1,000 on a couple of games back then. But one of the achievements needed you to do something in multiplayer. Now, it used to be just
Assassin's Creed classic.
Yeah, you just get together with your friends and you just set it up, right? Yeah. But this one, the multiplayer at that point had been closed. So I was stuck on like 960 or something. I could just never 1,000 it.
Yeah.
And so that to me is the only real bad because I was always against multiplayer achievements. I would prefer if they put achievements back front and center.
Yeah.
And maybe Asher understands that, and this is part of a move towards that. But either way, Xbox is getting the equivalent of PlayStation's Platinum trophies. So
look, whatever. It doesn't matter. I mean, my gamer scores in over 100K, which would have been impressive many years ago, but just goes to show that I don't play as many games on Xbox.
I remember I got 9,000 or something, and they checked and Survivors was like 120,000. I went, oh shit!
Isn't Steve in like the sixes or something?
Yeah, Survivor plays the games. If you look,
never question if Steve's playing them, right?
Yeah, if you're looking at a review that Steve Wright's done, he's played the game.
Yeah, and it is funny, right?
Because,
as I've gotten older, and with the Switch 2 being the good bit of hardware it is, there's a bunch of games that previously I would have bought on Xbox, but I was so disillusioned with the way Xbox has gone. I still haven't bought a new game on Xbox in 8. I still have Game Ask because they dropped the price again. But I don't buy new games on Xbox anymore. And I used to buy them all the time. So and
Ash is doing some decent things so far.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, maybe she's just smart enough to know what's going to fly. And realistically, by hook or by crook, if she does the things that are better for us, so be it. I don't care what the reasoning is necessarily. It doesn't.
I tell you, my worry though. My worry is that she does things that are beneficial to gamers. So Microsoft management fucks her off. So that's my worry that they go, "Hey, you are doing things that gamers like, and we have a problem with that." So that's my worry because that seems to be how Microsoft works. Like if you do something that's good for the customers or anything,
although to be
that's a problem.
I feel like you've got obviously Phil and everything happened there, but it does have to be said that at some point you can't let Todd take 9 years to make an Elder Scrolls game. You can't let him not have a Fallout game for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like you just can't do that, and Fallout 76 is not that answer.
Does he hang out with Chris Roberts and just like trade stories?
I mean, that game closer to coming out than a new Fallout for what it's worth.
Yeah, so we'll see how long Asher lasts is doing these sorts of things that seem to be gamer friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, there's something else I'm going to say there, but I've forgotten like an old man again. Anything else you want to add to Platinum Trophy?
No, I just lame. I don't really care.
Lame, don't care.
Yeah, cool. There's I think I've 1,003 games in this life. I know there's one I always.
I reckon I've done like about 10 early on.
I got Gunstar Heroes, which you'll appreciate. And
that's the old Saturn game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturn, Mega Drive, one of them, Sega game.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And Bully.
Oh, you love that game.
I
Yeah.
love that game. I still think it's Rockstar's
Probably
best.
Bullies. Everybody thought Bully was about being a bully.
No, it's literally the opposite.
But that was how the marketing and everything looked, and so I think a lot of people were turned off.
Oh my god, I had a guy. I got sent a reel the other day, and he was talking about like, oh, fucking whoever they are won't trade in this $1,000 PlayStation game. I'm like, okay, great,
$1,000.
Cool, sorry, yeah.
I got Saturn games worth $1,400.
And so, I can't remember how much. Anyway, but he turns around and he goes, they won't take this one because it's a foreign game, like it's an NTSC game, because Bully wasn't called Bully here. It was called, what did he say? Canis Canum Edit. And I'm like, that has to be engagement bait. There is no way.
What's the subtitle?
Canis Canum Edit, dog eat dog. And so, but it's not the way he said it. I'm just like, that has to be
Canis Edit. What? That's what you
said. Canis Canum.
Dog eat what?
Canis Canum Edit, you fucking troglodyte.
Hang on, late for City Swans training.
I'm just look.
What are we talking about? Say Bully.
You went to a Catholic school.
I went to an all boys school, so I know.
Jesuit school. You should know.
No, it was a Christian Brothers, but I got to say, from my experience there, I understand the toxic nature of all boys schools. Yeah. I've been to one and I've experienced it.
I went to a friend's birthday the other day and it was full of boys and you could tell it's a different and don't get me wrong, they were good blokes and obviously and they joked about it too. They were like, yeah, we're definitely all boys school products. I'm like, but
you don't know what you don't know.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. And they are toxic and they why.
And I think it goes to a lot of things. I think exposure a lot of the times, at least even if it doesn't remove whatever stigma or prejudice in your brain, at least helps you formulate what about it bothers you. And I think you can have an informed conversation then. But if you just go, I hate X, why? Can't tell you. It's like, well, have you actually looked at it? Have you interacted with those communities? Have you seen what the problems are? And in the same way, it's like, a problem that will manifest in X community will manifest in Y community in a different way, but they usually come from a similar source. It's just how it manifests.
But I'll tell you something weird. Remember when Sam Kerr called a taxi driver racist, and all Australian media desperately wanted her sacked from the team, right? And now she's a woman and Indigenous.
Yeah.
So that's Murdoch's favourite people.
I thought she was like part Indian or something.
Oh, okay, I could be wrong.
I guess,
but she's not white, right?
If you go back far enough, I mean, that was the path of the flow. But
that's the two triggers for Murdoch they love the most.
Absolutely.
The way she was treated was so different to how footy players get treated, and rugby players get even better treatment than. But I also say worldwide, we have a lot of women's sports now. We have a lot of women's leagues. We have a lot of all over the world. But there's never been a group sexual assault controversy about a women's team.
Yeah, I mean, give them time because I think that
is it the nature of sports? Or
I was just about to say, I think if you give them time, and I think you get to that elite mindset of we are the best, and I think it'll be the WNBA if there's going to be anyone who does it. I mean,
they're just childish.
They got Lizzo. They got Lizzo for making her subordinate go to a strip club. So I mean but that's the level you're talking there. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not the same as
it's different from attacking women with dildos.
I agree. Like
anyway, cool. What are we looking at? Next one, Cyberpunk Edgerunners 2 comes out on Netflix October 20. Get ready to cry again.
Yeah.
I know. Have you watched Cyberpunk Edgerunners?
I can't wait to see Daniel again.
My favorite part of Edgerun is how everybody lived happily ever after. Yeah, I tell you though, Falco is the man. Falco is the real hero there because he did his job and he didn't take the money.
I watched the first episode and I'm like, this is cool, and I'll come back and watch it at some point. But I just want to give it the time. And when I was watching, I just didn't. I was in a random hotel room about to go out to a bar. Just like, yeah.
Look, it does set the world up well to the start, but the moment the key. When you get to that series, have you watched the whole lot yet?
No.
When you get to when Maine says Reapers call him a name, David, like that, you'll recognize when you see it. At that point, the whole thing just kicks into gear.
Yeah.
And it becomes a work of art. It becomes magnificent.
Like Trigger or something, Mappo or Trigger or something.
Trigger.
Yeah, it's one of the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, and it really the start. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not a bad watch, but yeah, the moment, and that's when Maine's suffering cyber psychosis.
Yeah.
Right. And he's hurt members of his team. It's not a big spoiler, but he turns to David. He says, David, Reapers call him a name. And it's just at that point, this show just goes to another level. And by the end, if you're not huffing copium by the end, there's something wrong with it. Because I gotta say, I'm just watching it going, oh, and listen to the song after, and it's just kicking you in the guts every time. It's just so well done.
Yeah.
So anyway, so season 2's coming. It is 10 episodes, same universe or city, whatever. Different story though, different people. Although I swear at the start of the preview I saw Kiwi. But anyway, it's totally different story and apparently different style as well.
Okay.
So
I don't hate the idea, but it is tough. It's tough doing that well. I mean, look at True Detective. Have you watched True Detective?
Nope.
Okay, season 1 of True Detective is a modern classic for a reason. It's unbelievable television. I didn't hate season 2 as much as everyone else does, but it wasn't season 1, and it wasn't probably as good. But I can understand why people didn't like it as much. And so it was always tough. Like, if you look at American Horror Story, after the third one, it just becomes like, well, now it's just schlock, which is fine if that's what you're going to do. But I always worry when it's a different style, it's a different thing. I always like the idea of a different protagonist in the universe. I've always loved the idea of the universe being bigger than one story necessarily.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we've said that's what they should have done for like Last of Us.
Yeah.
Instead of Last of Us 2. I mean, yeah, whether you like Last of Us 2 or not, but I think Ellie and Joel's story was told, right? So
you could have them appear. You could have them be the voice of reason. You could even have whatever.
But the world's a star, and I think that's a big problem you get with like Hollywood and TV shows and that. They
need to have a face.
Yeah, you have to have, and that's why Halo guy took his mask off in the show, right?
I mean, Mandalorian, right? Like
they did. Well, why would you even get Pedro Pascal to be that character? Like, he's not supposed to take his mask off.
Yeah, and even then, like, it's like, oh, you haven't got this, so we have to bring in Ahsoka, and we have to bring in Bo-Katan, and then we have to bring in Luke Skywalker because we need to put a face on it. Shut up, nerds! Like, stop making TV shows.
But Star Wars is one where they have at least considered that the universe is the product, right?
Yeah,
and you got these
they just done it badly.
But they do member berry with bringing Luke back, and although I did like when Luke came back in that season of Mandalorian,
that's when I stopped watching it. That's how we differ.
I enjoyed that.
As soon as he walked through that door, I literally have never watched another episode of Mandalorian again.
It was probably for the best actually, because I watched the movie, the Grogu movie. Oh
really?
Boy,
why?
Because my wife wanted to watch it because she loves Baby Yoda.
Well, it's actually a good time to watch.
It wasn't that good.
Watch TV. Yeah, it's a good time to watch TV at the moment. The new Spider-Man movie was good. So I really enjoyed that. Colin from Accounts is back for its last season, which is one of Australia's better comedies. It's up there with Upper Middle Bogan for me.
Okay.
As a man in his 40s, if you watch it, you'll understand. And then
I remember my 40s.
Rick,
my back still worked.
Richard and Mortimer's just finishing up, and then so there's been a few good shows. I mean, people like Ted Lasso. I think Ted Lasso's dog shit, but like,
the new season has started slow. I've watched the first 3 episodes.
I got halfway through the first episode of Ted Lasso.
It started off being really badly written. Very hard. I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to do.
Oh my god! Can I? You've all going to set me up like that. What? The better in the fucking pub, right? In it, it's a little bit fucking, it's written not by fucking real punters in the fucking pub, isn't it? I'm like,
probably written by Americans and things like that.
Shut the fuck up! Like, it made me so mad. I hated it so much. I just refused to watch the show.
It started very poorly written. I did think that. Although, excuse me, I'll push through it. It did get better, and it is an interesting concept because Ted Lasso, not a spoiler, but he's running a women's team now, a women's soccer team, and so that'll be interesting to see what they do. They've tried to make a few statements which the Margaret crowd will be upset by, but it's an interesting story.
Because I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine as well, and I still watch, and even in the woke season, the one that everyone hated, I watched the show and I'm like, you handled the show very well, but all the press leading up to it was so pandering to that. Because the obvious performative shit. I'm like, bro, like you even made Rose's bisexuality fine. You just did it as a thing. Oh, that's who she is. Okay. But and then you ruined it by doing the press tour where it's important. It's like, it's not important. She's just a character.
I think they're trapped. I think the entertainment companies are trapped by shit media.
Yeah.
And the media sort of wants to do that because that's clicks for them. But they're low value. They don't help with advertising because if you're going to clickbait story, you're not looking at the ads, right? You don't even want to be associated with that. So they want to go with all their woke argument bullshit. But the general public, They may or may not care, but if you sold everything on its merits, you'd probably get a lot more
success. Advertise. I mean, this is that problem. The worst shows get advertised the hardest. Like, what show was I watching recently?
Yeah, but they're using media controversy. Like the internet hates this. They're using that in place of advertising, and it works. It gets you free advertising, but I don't believe it's valuable.
Yeah, because then people have to watch it because they're not supporting the team if they don't watch it. And I'm just like, this is dumb. If it's shit, and if it's shit and unrepresentative of what story you're trying to tell, what good is it? Like, what good is it to have like a token X character inserted into a story where they clearly don't fit? Like, write a story about a character like that as opposed to saying, oh, we need to have one of these.
Or you get bullshit
check boxes.
You get bullshit Star Wars stories, right? That don't belong in the universe.
Yeah. And they bring a Skywalker in at the end. It's fucking bullshit.
There's other ones, but you get the controversy. The internet, you know what? You can go on the internet and you'll find somebody that hates everything, right? There's so many nuffies on the internet.
You wouldn't take their advice. Why would you take their?
And so don't start arguments with them, like, because that's just dumb and a waste of time. But what it does do is it gets free media coverage. Now they associate free media coverage with free publicity. The old any publicity is good publicity, but I don't believe that's true anymore because a lot of people will just go, well, I don't want to watch it because it just looks like garbage. Because not necessarily they're woke or not woke, but just because of the controversy around it has turned them off.
Have you watched Andor?
No, but everyone tells me it's awesome. But I'm not a Star Wars person. I think Star Wars is dumb before the woke stuff. I thought Star Wars has been dumb for a long time.
You're onto it. Three-pronged for me.
If I want to watch science fiction, I'll watch Battlestar Galactica, Ron Moore's Battlestar Galactica, or I'll watch Expanse or something that's actual quality.
Orville. You should watch Orville still.
Orville, I love. Orville is the best Star Trek.
The last 10 years.
Star Trek hasn't really been that good since Deep Space Nine, although I'd say it peaked with Next Generation. But
watching DS9, it's so funny. The main guy, what's his name?
Cisco.
He's such a bad actor compared to everyone else on that crew. He's such.
If they did that now, if you said that now on Twitter, everyone would say, "Well, you hate Star Trek because you're racist, right?" And then suddenly it's a dumb, stupid argument. You go, "Well, we're not arguing over merits on anything anymore." And then people take sides because they have to say, "Oh, well, such and such didn't like this, therefore I like it," and they're controlling your thoughts. Then, so stop taking sides based on what people you like or don't like today.
I remember, with Andor, it's three-pronged. So I mentioned that, I mentioned the fact that Star Wars is a space opera. If it's doing stuff like that, if it's doing hero stories, I can watch a Star Wars movie. I'm like, yeah, cool, it's fun. We're like there's stakes, but it's not blah 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 blah. If you're gonna do that, like Andor's fine, but it is, everyone's, oh my gosh, just like real life now. I'm like, oh. Like that's that discourse around it makes it worse.
They do The Handmaid's Tale. I've never seen Handmaid's Tale, but fucking hell, they mention that all the time. Like, and I'm not interested because of all the bullshit around it.
We always roll our eyes when it's just like 1984, and I'm like, yeah, but you guys are doing the same thing just with Handmaid's Tale. Anyway. But then the flip side of that one as well is that I was so annoyed by Luke Skywalker in Mandalorian versus Grogu. The only show I've watched since was Obi-Wan because I watched it with someone. And
that's not going to make you feel better.
No, and that's why I'm like, so I'm glad that I haven't watched it. I was like, you still should watch Andor. I'm like, no.
There's a good for people with taste. There's a good video on YouTube. Look for the Luke Skywalker coming into the ship in Mandalorian to this "I Need a Hero" playing in the background. Oh fuck, it's good. There's also a good one, the Death Star run in Star Wars with Thunderstruck music in the background.
Yeah. That
is
one
great. So,
that's why
if you got taste,
that's why you like Rogue One because basically it's Battle of Britain or like anyway,
it was Dam Busters. That was Dam Busters.
And so
and the rest of it was Dune. He didn't have an original idea, and the whole thing was based off of Vietnam War.
Good artist borrow great artist.
It's kind of funny because a lot of the Star Wars fans who are like famous don't get that Star Wars is about the US being the baddie. The US is the empire, guys.
Well, I mean, but that's Star Trek all over. The amount of Star Trek fans I know who are really conservative, and I'm like, do you need the nuclear war to kind of teach you? I don't understand. Like,
yeah, but I don't. The Star Trek fans are like, Star Trek's always been woke. You go, yes, but
no. But
different.
Well, see, this is that thing. I think it's the weird reverse co-opting of the word woke by the left, right? They're like, oh, I want to be woke. I'm like, what? Performative leftism. Like not join your trade union, be a real leftist. Like
No, because workers are smelly and poor, and
right, exactly.
the working class is icky. That gives me the ick.
Yeah. The proles are revolting, right?
You know, I do get enough of well-off white people claiming to be woke because they're not as racist as their dad.
It's so crazy watching, especially on TikTok and Instagram. They'll co-opt. Like they'll put this bad takeout and they go, you don't like if you haven't bought anything off a black author this month, I don't want to hear your opinion. And I'm like,
what if it's bad?
Why? Well, it's also why are you co-opting black people's struggle, you fucking bitch? Like, what are you talking about?
Don't all authors write under pseudomonyms anyway?
Anyway, and so it's just weird to see this. Like you don't want to be performative. You want to actually do the work. Like go build a community that builds people up, and that's too hard for these people because they're misanthropes. It's so funny. I saw an Instagram reel the other day, and it was about Indian miners on a train, and the amount of people,
the birds,
which bang bang, right? Indian miners are an invasive species. They'll kill your natives.
This conversation could get cut anyway.
The reason Dermie hates coming here is because I have magpies and all these birds.
I hate magpies.
The only reason I got him is because I got rid of the Indian.
Because that draw against the Magpies cost us a game against Sydney with the best players. Stupid Magpies.
I got rid of all the Indian miners, and it's just so funny. People say, "Oh, humans are worse," and these are the misanthropes who are meant to be dictating what human relationships are meant to be. They don't even like humans. Why the fuck would you listen to them? They don't even like people. So why the fuck would you care what they have to say about other people? Let them rot.
Depends if someone's serious or performative.
And that's what I mean. Like real leftism will show itself. Like real getting out there, doing parts for your community, trying to build those bridges, trying to offer these things. That's why I say I still hate that we ceded the space to the Andrew Tates and the Rogans of this world. We ceded that space. We didn't offer an alternative, and this is what happened.
They were pushed on us. That was I'll go to my grave believing that was a psyop. Hey, anybody wants like science fiction and wants a black creator. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah,
or do I say creator of black?
So, we go back to Neil,
Go Google on YouTube. Quinn's Ideas. Great channel. He's a black guy. Am I saying that all's wrong? He's a black guy. And he basically reads a lot of science fiction books.
It's a good idea to point it out, but it also shouldn't matter, and it doesn't really.
But if you want to, Quinn's Ideas is a top class, and he just talks about science fiction books he's read and goes through the stories of it. He's how I got introduced into Three Body Problem.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Very, very good. Quinn's Ideas. Anyone that cares about that, just go check that out.
Oh, that's another one. Is that on your list? Compulsion Games?
Is that
Compulsion Games South by
That's not. Oh no, it's not.
The creators.
Let's go with that. We've got like 10 minutes.
The creators of South of Midnight, the game set in, I'm sure it's Louisiana.
Deep South.
Deep South.
Yeah.
They were one of the studios that was offered out to the world as, we're not going to shut you down, but you've got to find a way to fund yourself. Like, we're going to cut off your funding from XYZ.
When you got an 18-year-old child.
They've managed to accomplish a management buyout, so they now own themselves again. So Compulsion remains a studio. Say what you want about the gameplay of South of Midnight. It was just good to see people telling their stories, and that, I mean, I say that as someone of Irish stock. Like, I love hearing Irish stories because it's unique. I love hearing Eastern European stories. Love hearing, even ancient tribal stories. Like, the anthropological value of religions and gods is fun to me. Just not the practical application of everyone's stupid religions that don't exist.
Well, that's why I've always believed the gaming can be such a powerful medium for telling stories from different cultures and indigenous cultures. Oh, I heard a story that I don't know if it is true, but God of War was supposed to end with Kratos and two others turning up at Jesus' birth as one of the wise men.
You're not getting away with that in America. Absolutely
not. No, they bailed on it. But apparently that was supposed to be how God of War ended. I can't remember. I think it was supposed to turn up with Thor or something.
What did Barlog say, or Jaffe say that?
I can't remember, but God of War is supposed to be.
What Jaffe would do. That is 100%.
Yeah, and he's supposed to turn up at the end at the birth of Jesus Christ, and Kratos was one of the three wise men. Two others, I can't remember who they were. I think it was Thor and so on. But Americans balk at that because they got this weird relationship with religion that doesn't make any sense at all.
Another Abrahamic sect that'll kill you for blasphemy.
Probably the second or third worst in the world at it, but but it's still pretty fucked up. Okay. Do you want to end with 2XKO?
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, because that's a big one, the fighting game. In the last
I can
couple of
offer
years.
some insight into that. Like,
Okay, well, I'll go through quickly the 2XK, and then you can add,
Yeah.
right? What you can add, what you're allowed to add,
Yeah.
because as people know, Jason's involved in tournaments
Yes.
that set up with this stuff. So Riot Games made 2XKO. What is it? It's a League of Legends fighter, isn't it?
Yes, so it's a fighting game based in the League of Legends universe. And yeah, I'll
They
let you
didn't
finish.
push that. I never got that. I've got to say, I set up websites for the fighting things, and I never got that as an aspect.
So I think
They should have mentioned it.
so. The one thing that League has over Dota is that the Dota.
Oh, a good TV show.
The Dota one was okay. It wasn't good, but yes, Arcane was
Arcane was pretty good.
Arcane was next level.
Not as good as Edgerunners,
but that's exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about. Their extended media stuff. They had a couple of RPGs. They had an action brawler. They had a few games inside that universe that expanded. They've had obviously what their version of Dota chess was. They have the card game, right? All that stuff. So they've got all these things that sit inside their universe and expand it out in certain ways, which to me is great. And that's something that the Dota universe doesn't do as well. But I think the choice of genre was not great. You needed to do a 1v1 fighter. Maybe you have an assist. Maybe you have someone tagging an assist. But to do a tag fighter, which is already such a niche in the industry, it's like, maybe the idea was we don't want to take on Street Fighter. It's like, well, but you might get Street Fighter people playing it. You know what I mean? Like, but Street Fighter people usually don't play tag fighters.
Wouldn't they have been thinking they're leveraging off the success of Arcane by just having another game people play, mind you, but not mentioning that it was related?
I think that the name doesn't help it as well. Like 2XKO, I get, you got to get 2 KOs. Like Project L was better. I hate to be that guy. Like, I'm going to give you an L in Project L.
LOL.
Yeah. Like, right. I think it works way better. But I think the choice to make it a tag fighter, obviously, literally the day after they release, or like a week after they release it, they lay off all those people. And the FGC are like that. The FGC have that kind of memory for it. I mean, they have blind spots. Like a lot of the people.
Can I add FGC meaning fighting game community?
Yes, fighting game community. Yep. So a lot of the people who complain about Saudi Arabia and buying out EWC and all that stuff were also very keen on going to ESL events and Faceit events, and that's all owned by the Saudis at the same time. So it's interesting. There are blind spots, and SNK. If anyone plays an SNK game, you are just funneling money directly to the Saudis. So.
Yeah, go to Evo because Evo is owned by Pokemon.
Well, no, it's owned by Saudis now.
Okay, so they bought up Pokemon. Oh, don't go there.
That's why there's like 15 of them now.
That's Kush. It's going to be Kush.
Yeah, I mean, let's call a spade a spade. So, but I think them not making it
straightforward.
They should have made it a more straightforward fighting game. And I know that it sounds because there's so many of those. I'm like, yes, because they are popular for a reason. A tag fighter is such a unique proposition, and they would have seen Marvel Tokon is a tag fighter, but it's made by Arc System Works. Like you've got the best in the business who make just tag fighters and just made the Dragon Ball Z tag fighter to make a tag fighter. That's different. But like, I just think the genre set aside, and for what it's worth, from the other side of it, if anyone from Riot is listening, it's been really nice working with them. Like the actual community support, and that has been great. The community's come out for it. The people working on it have been great. But just some of the decisions higher up, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I would have made that same decision.
Yeah. I mean, you say that about almost every game right now. I don't know if I'd make that decision because management don't play games. No, they probably look down on them, to be honest. So.
I'm currently doing a quote for a client, and it's tough because they just don't have the backing in the hardware field that I do, and so it's just tough getting them to understand what I'm trying to convey.
Let's go through this 2XKO background. So they released a statement that they're going to end active development at the end of the year, the end of 2026. Basically, they had a big statement that ended with, "We haven't seen enough players stick with the game to get a path towards sustainability."
Yeah.
They have said that all champs will be unlocked. Yep, champs. Most cosmetics, I think, as well, are going to be unlocked. Yeah. All money spent before August the 20th will be refunded.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to give them props for this. And if you did purchase something, considering everyone's getting their money refunded, you get to keep it.
Yeah.
Now, I've got to say, I would give them 11 out of 10 because that's when you talk.
That is how you sundown a game.
Yeah. If we talk about stop killing games and that is superb.
It's a multiverses where they pulled the game, like the game was in an okay state. They pulled it down to
add a shop.
Their back end stuff and shop. They brought it back up, doesn't work, and then they just go, oh, by the way, peace, and they're out, and that's it. And that's done in like a month. So yeah,
right. Credit to Riot Games with 2XK. That is, I think that is compared to everything else in the industry, absolutely gold standard. To say, yeah, fine, we're going to discontinue the game, but we're going to give you everything.
Yeah.
Right. And if you did purchase something, we're going to give you money back and let you keep it. We understand the game hasn't reached our thing, but if you still want to play it, you can still play it. Like 11 out of 10. Like the other game companies should be seeing this, and that they should be forced to do this. Is what Stop Killing Games is about, and this is what has to happen. In the
same way, if you open a mine, you have to be responsible for its decommission. Or well, you're supposed to.
Hey, you tell the taxpayers have to pay, and then take the money. Don't do it anyway, and then poison all the local people because they're normally indigenous people or tribesmen, and then you can just get the media to cover it up because the underlying racism in media will allow them to basically consider the people who get poisoned and die not human, and then if the media doesn't do it, the general population takes that as an excuse to ignore it as well.
How woke of you to say all that? But anyway, no, but you are right.
I'm actually pretty woke for someone that one called a Gamergate a couple of years ago.
you remember when certain political parties wouldn't share videos that were created because they tried to accuse us of being Gamergate? It's like, get the fuck out.
I got to their offices and some chick just accosted me, and I'm like, going, that's like. And I'm going to still, I'll give a conspiracy theory. I swear that New Game Plus has always been throttled by YouTube because we weren't declared to be on the correct side in that. Yeah. And you've seen our numbers, and you know my reasoning for this. That some were considered, IGN and Kotaku were considered safe and on board with the official way, and we never were. And it wasn't because of anything we said or did. Like, we never did anything to justify that. And the views on New Game Plus were mixed, but generally on the side that would be with Kotaku, right? I can say that. We were punished. But
New Game Plus has a left bias if you want to play that game.
Yeah, yeah. It has left.
I wouldn't deal with real conservatives in my group anyway. It's as simple as
that. A genuine left bias where it's very working class focused, right?
Yes. That is more accurate. I would say working class left.
But because we were unknown and we didn't have a big statement or whatever, I don't know what they wanted. Yeah. We were suppressed, and we still are. And I'll die on that hill. Yeah. And I've shown you the numbers why I believe that, because we were never that. And I got the emails you got. I won't go into the emails and messages you got, especially about me. Yeah. Anyone listening to the podcast knows it's just ridiculous. Yeah. And these are coming from industry and everything. Like these, everyone lost their fucking minds.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's still half our YouTube comments are still, wow, I can't believe these guys have so low views. Like, that's literally
because YouTube has made it that way. Yeah. And like I said, I'll die on that hill. YouTube has, and it's frustrating. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. I'll open a video and there'll be some guy just like who's got a parcel at his door and he takes it inside and opens it, and he'll have like 100,000 views. I'm like, get fucked. I interviewed Scott Ludlam at the time, one of the most popular lefty politicians here, and we got locked at like 680 for years.
He's living
bullshit. We didn't go. We were coming up high in searches. Absolute bullshit. That was the numbers.
He's living high on the life of marrying Eastern European hotties and living his life. So good on him. Yeah, have you not got him on Instagram?
No, I haven't seen that.
So he comes up. He comes up a fair bit, especially about Gaza stuff, which is fair enough. And Scott Ludlam's always a friend of this show if he ever needs anything.
Let me tell you, when I met him and spoke to him before that interview, he was really intelligent,
yes,
really disciplined, very organized. He was a really good package.
Yeah, I agree. And that was the last time I supported the Greens in any meaningful sense. That's all I'll say. Like,
but his office.
I do not like Dean Natal at all, but yeah, it's
the people in his office were just fuckheads.
The people who've never had a real job, have only ever been in student politics. They don't know how to be real people because they're not real people. They're fucking pod people. And they pull stuff like this because they don't understand what it's like to actually live a real life. And like I said, I'll take that to my. I mean, everyone will always go like, "Why go in on?"
We got angry at the end of the podcast, but yeah.
I mean, it makes me mad even thinking about it because I mean, there's stories I can't tell, but I remember after the last time we interviewed him, the last time we met him. And just how kind of it was all just before all the Section 44 or whatever it was came out, and it was like all dealing with all that bullshit. But he just looked like defeated. And I remember with the Panopticon, it was just like the idea of metadata and all that kind of stuff, and we just keep handing it over. The funniest thing is watching the cultural shift, and the kids are like, "We don't have any privacy anyway." I'm like, "Yeah, because you fucking
just keep giving it away." I'm poor anyway, so I just give away more money.
Yeah. So crazy. So crazy.
Look, I think lads all honestly also genuinely believed that when they had the citizenship thing, remember a bunch of politicians went
Section 44.
I honestly believe I believe he honestly believed that would create a big domino effect and have some people to go, and nothing happened. That bothered him.
Sign me up. My mummy did it. I didn't talk. My mummy did it.
Yeah, I think that bothered him. Anyway.
Cosplay Carnivan. My mummy did it. Mummy did it for me.
Yeah, but it was good fun interviewing those people. Got to meet a few good people. Got to
Jason Clare, another great one. Yeah.
So anyway,
your mate Tim Wilson.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Back faith in
he was actually nice to us. He treated us with a lot of respect. We'll give it that. Yeah. He probably thought we were a good game. You don't look like Barjo.
Yeah. Right. He didn't ask us to pray with him, which was nice. That was on that note.
I don't go for those backdoor shenanigans. Quoting Homer.
On that note, thank you very much for listening. We just did Games Pond. Have a look at those guys if you're an indie game thing. They do once a year event. It was really good. It was a little indie festival in St Kilda. There'll be one more glitch upcoming. Well, there's something different upcoming in 2 weeks' time. If you read it, this
another glitch.
Yes, well, it's a glitch-ish. You'll see. And then 6th until the 27th, I am in Tokyo, so we may have to figure out a solution for this.
And you just go missing for 2 weeks at a time, like you've been arrested by ASIO anyway, and you're not allowed to tell me. Where you been for 2 weeks? I just can't say. I'm just going to assume you were locked up by ASIO.
Yeah, it's true. It's good guess.
Union organisers, the communists.
How fucked is Chris Minns? Jail. That's New South Wales Police jail. Can't criticise.
They can search your phone now without a warrant.
Can't criticise Chairman Minns, man. And I'm the biggest Labor stand in the world, but fuck Chris Minns.
All this is to do with AUKUS, by the way. AUKUS Command. Anyway, look up AUKUS Command. Anyway, we
yes, we're going to go. Then you got PAX. So hopefully we'll see you at PAX. We will have the big glitch at PAX if you're interested.
At PAX glitch?
Yes, always. Big. We're the biggest after party. So we will leave it there. Thank you very much, and we'll speak to you next time.